you at? Eureka.
Hey everyone, this is Dante's Analysis and welcome back to my channel. So for this video, I'm actually going to be doing a music review to NF's The Search album. This album came out on July 26, 2019, and this album contains 20 tracks. For this album, I actually definitely did enjoy this because I'm a huge NF fan. I discovered him early last year, and when I first heard his music the first time, I was really blown away by this dude's talent. This dude has like a very bright future in the music industry. And yeah, his last album, Perception, went #1 worldwide, and now he came out with this album, and again, he never disappoints. This album is complete fire from beginning to end. So this album actually is a more very vulnerable album for NF. He talks about like different subjects like his faith, his inner demons, his relationships with other people, yeah, and all sorts of stuff. And I actually did like that because it almost reminds me of MGK's latest album, Hotel Diablo, which when he was actually very vulnerable on that album, on like what's going on in his recent life. And also for NF, just by the content in this album, I could tell like this dude has been through some serious stuff in his life. And it's crazy how far he has come from all those trials and tribulations, and to make it to this moment and have like a bright music career, and everyone is like being touched by his words. I'm definitely amazed by that. And if you're watching this video, keep going, man. Like, your words are definitely helping and inspiring people out there. So singles for this album, it was Why, then it was The Search, then it was When I Grow Up, and Time. So he released like 4 singles a span of almost like in a year and a half, because I remember last year he released Why like a few hours after the Logic concert in New Jersey, because I actually was at that concert. Yeah, this album is actually very good, and for this album review I'm actually going to go through the songs, so all the songs, and just give my quick like opinion on all of them. So from the first track, The Search, very strong intro. Leave Me Alone, very good song too. Some of the lyrics actually calls back to No Name. Like a specific lyric is when Fame tried to call NF, but he hung up on them. But in Leave Me Alone, he actually called back Fame, and they actually had like a short conversation, and NF sent them the song called Leave Me Alone. And like in a few days or so, NF got a response back from him, and he said like, oh, this song sucks. It's actually kind of crazy how NF calls back to his older music to share like lyrics and stuff. And Change is another like deep song. I actually noted here that it's a song that you definitely hear on the radio. My Stress, another good song. Nate, he mentions God on this one, talking about his past self, and mentions Therapy Session. Time, another radio song. Returns, like a lot of like flow switch ups, and also like a possible Eminem diss. And oh yeah, before I go to the rest of the songs, on the song Returns, people are saying that NF actually responded to a so-called Eminem diss when Eminem called out NF on the song called The Ringer. So I'm actually going to read both verses for Eminem's The Ringer and NF's Returns and see what you guys think. So for Eminem's The Ringer, it states that, but last week an ex-fan mailed me a copy of Marshall Mathers' LP to tell me to study. It'll help me to get back to myself, and she'll love me. I mailed that bitch back and said if I did that, I would just be like everyone else in the fucking industry, especially an NFing recovery clone of me. NFing, just let that sink in. And for NF on Returns, he states that pushing forward, look, I cannot ignore, there ain't no I in team, but drop the T and A. Sometimes if I'm being honest, feels like it's only me. When he says that, he says drop the T and A in team, and what's left? M. So I don't know if, oh, drop my pen. I don't know if that's like a possible like subliminal to Eminem. I'm just letting you guys know. I'm not really gonna give my own opinion about it because I don't want to throw different like wrong information out there. So there's actually like a huge debate now on YouTube saying that, oh, Eminem this NF, oh, NF responding back to Eminem. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm just gonna let you guys know, and yeah, I'll continue on with the review. Yeah, going on to track number 8, When I Grow Up. Yeah, another crazy song talking about like what I want to do when I grow up. You know, I want to be this, I want to be that, but sometimes life will take you to like a whole different direction. But sometimes you just have to work those odd jobs just to reach your dream goals. And it mentions his faith, samples from Sasha Salone's song called The Only. Let Me Go, another deep song. Interlude. The interlude was cool. It was actually crazy how NF said that he'll very much be better off dead. So I was actually like very like taken back on that. Hate Myself. Again, he talks about God, struggling with inner demons. And it's the days like when you're young and just innocent child and you don't really know much. It feels like when you're little and small, you just, life was so much easier. But now when you grow up as an adult, you have so many like responsibilities. You have bills, you have to go to work, you gotta do this and that. So it's like, it's a very relatable track. No excuses, like, again, just like no excuses for anything. Always put in the work. If you don't know how to do something, just teach yourself how to do it. Like this. Another like deep song, like why does life have to be like this? Like, wish things could be a little bit more simpler. Options. I like the flow. Like he actually states in the hook, I gotta make it or make it. No other options. I have to make it. This has to work. Why? Again, like questioning himself on like why does these certain things happen to me. Thinking, Trauma, and Time, the edit version, were all good songs. NF has definitely been struggling with himself for like the past like few years, or even like when working on this album. Like he mentions like his faith a lot, which I definitely did enjoy, because I feel like a lot of people are always like saying that, oh, like NF's a Christian, why doesn't he talk about God a lot? And also people always mistaking him as a Christian rapper. Yes, he is signed to Capitol Records, which is like a huge Christian label, but that doesn't label him a Christian rapper. Yes, he is Christian, and it's funny that he raps too, but it doesn't automatically mean that, oh, you're in a Christian label, so you have to be a Christian rapper. No. Also, NF himself stated multiple times in interviews that he doesn't want to be labeled as a Christian rapper, so he just wants to be NF the rapper. So yeah, it just like talking about his faith, like his struggling with God. I just like how this album is very like personal, and it just tugs at your emotions, and it's really, really good that NF is maturing as an artist. Definitely like listening back to like his older albums like Mansion and Therapy Session till now, you can see like a humongous growth in his music, and that's actually very good for NF, because like knowing I discovered this dude like early last year, and he's becoming like a much bigger artist. He's actually starting to get like a lot more attention in the mainstream, because they're actually starting to play some of his songs on the radio, especially Let Me Down, which that song went crazy. It was all over the radio. Like that song you can never escape from. So yeah, the only thing for NF is going up, man, going up. And I'm actually gonna follow NF's career. And again, I enjoy this album. So for the rating for this album, I'll definitely give it a good, I'll give it like a good 9.5 out of 10. Oh yeah, the beats were fire. The beats on this album, it feels like movie soundtracks. Very cinematic. I definitely did enjoy that. Well, we could thank Tommy Prophet, who's NF's producer. Well, main producer that works with them. So yeah, I definitely did like the beats, the lyrical content, the story on this album. Like he's getting very vulnerable, talking about his faith. A lot of like flow switch ups and keynesses that NF displays on this album. Like it just shows like this is not like a boring listen. It like all these songs have like different varieties and styles, and I definitely did enjoy that. So again, I'll give this album a 9.5 out of 10, and thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.